All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. How are you? Surprise, surprise. I'm here. I'm back from my sorority adventures in Las Vegas, Nevada, right? So I am back, you all. I am back, you all. Please come in. I know this is definitely, um, you know, a little impromptu, but that's all right. Let me fix a couple of things on the back end. And yeah, so let me do that. Um, uh, okay. All right. So how have you all been? I have been really, really good myself. Um, a little tired, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm recouping. I am recouping. Um, yeah, I am recouping. Like I said, last week in Vegas was a lot. Last week in Vegas for my sororities international conference was a lot. I just it's funny because I just calculated my movement for last week, and last week from Sunday through Friday last week I walked a whopping 98,062 steps, which equal to 47.29 miles. So I walked almost 50 miles last week, all up and through the Aria Hotel, all up and through the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Conference Center, all up and through these airports. Um, One day my legs were just jello. So, I took Saturday to really rest and recoup. Yesterday was our Magic Level 2 class, and I'm so happy that you all joined me for a Magic Level 2 class. I have uploaded Magic Level 2 to YouTube so that the students of the class can go back and rewatch it, take notes, and everything like that. So I'm going to email you all the link. If you paid me today for access to Magic Level 2, you will also receive the link to those YouTube videos. But yeah, I am back today. I am back today. We're going to keep it a little quiet because Mr. Hoodoo is upstairs taking a nap. But let me say hi to everybody. Hey TMKC, how you doing, boo? Hey V Lenore, how are you? Oh, snap. Hey, Empress. Hey, girl. How are you? Yes, yes, yes. I love that. You know what's so funny? It's so funny because Silver Star also has a meaning for certain members of my sorority. So I love how that came up. Hey, boo. Hey, Miss Anonymous. Hey, how you doing, girl? CS. Hey, hey. Yeah. Okay. So what is these jewels? What is this? Hey, darling. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. I got to familiarize myself with these jewels and stuff. But hey, boo. Yes, yes. I walked a lot. I walked a lot last week. I did not lose any weight, but I lost inches, which is fine. I lost inches. I was also slightly dehydrated. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a tiring time. And I will absolutely do it again. But I am here with you all now. Hey, Isis girl. Yes, peace and blessings manifesting to all. CSS class was amazing as usual. Thank you so much. Yeah, we went over some things in class. And I talked about some things in class that some people may or may not, have been ready for. But like I said in the class, it is my job to teach you and to get you acclimated to certain things, certain techniques, and everything like that. So, yes, yes, yes. For those of you who were not in Magic Level 1 and or Magic Level 2, you can review those classes if you like to. You can, send me payment for those classes and you can review those classes too because quick announcement, I will be having a class going through the various spells and rituals that I have done over the years that have been successful, giving you the blueprint, telling you exactly what I did so that you can try it out yourself or modify these, excuse me, or modify these workings for yourself. But I am only allowing students in that class that have taken Magic Level 1 and Magic Level 2 because I'm not trying to re-explain. Um, I'm not trying to re-explain some things. Matter of fact, I think I may amend that too. You have to have taken Writing Wishes, right? You have to have taken Writing Wishes class, which is a class about petitions, and you have definitely should have taken Candle Magic 1 and Candle Magic 2, and you should have taken Magic Level 1 and Magic Level 2. So, maybe I'll put like a bundle deal together for that because like I said, when I go over the rituals, the spells, the things that I have done that have been successful over my magical career, I don't need nobody asking me, what does that mean? Where can I find that information? What color candle do I use? How do I do this? How do I do that? By now, those of you that have been taking classes with me over these past few years, by now, the students of mine should have these basics down. Okay. So it's kind of like how in college, how some classes, you need the prerequisites because things just compile, compile, compile. Yeah, like that. Because I really want you all to be successful out here. And I really want you all to know what you are doing, to do the work confidently, but to change your lives. Because no one should be out here raw dogging life um without magic. That's my honest opinion. You're not going around walking around without a cell phone and you have internet at home. Mm, At this point in life, magic is a necessity. Magic is a necessity. Okay, amen. Sweet Ace Silhouette, hey girl. Member for 29 months. That is amazing. I love that. Hey Donna. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is the magic class about? Magic class is absolutely about that. Absolutely about that. In Magic Level 1, I went over theory, I went over basics, I went over basic correspondences. I gave out a couple of herbal recipes for those who want to create their own spiritual blends. I talked about candles. I talked about a few things in Magic Level 1. In Magic Level 2, we took things to the next step. And in the past, Writing Wishes was my class on how to correctly write a petition to use in your conjure and spiritual works. In the past, I have taught Candle Magic 1 and Candle Magic 2, right? I have taught these things. I have taught a class on container magic, right? And I have also taught a class on seals and sigils. Okay, and I still have more to teach you all. So, but yeah, so I've been having this education out here, um, over the years, over the years. So you said you missed another class you was working. You can still review the live class. You can still review the live class. Just slide me a couple dollars for the class. I have to make sure that it's fair for everyone. So everyone that paid for the class and was live for the class, they paid for the class. And for those who want to review the videos of the live classes, like I said, I have to keep it fair and everyone has to pay the same price for that. So, you know, um, yeah. So you said, please let you know when I create the bundle. Okay, I'll do that. I will create a bundle of all these previous classes so that people can get in on it. Because, like I said, when I go through, I did this ritual, I did this ritual, I did this ritual. Okay, everyone should be taking notes and everyone should be asking, okay, how can I tailor this to myself? But no one should be asking me, okay, what type of candle should I use? No one should be asking me what color candle to use. No one should be asking me, stuff like that. Okay, and I even have like the spiritual baths playlist here on my channel that's open for everyone to go back and see. I've been teaching through the years, right? Because, baby, winter is coming. For those of you that have watched Game of Thrones, you know what I mean? Winter is coming. This is not to fearmonger, but things are about to get sketchy. Y'all remember I did the live stream earlier this month, a couple weeks ago, about Cyclospora, the pooping parasite outbreak on this lettuce, on this produce and stuff like that. And in that live stream, we asked Spirit, what are there any more food outbreaks, parasite outbreaks, illnesses coming? And Spirit said yes. And just this past week, we have had the garlic powder outbreak. The garlic powder is tainted. The eggs are tainted. Um, some cans of soup are tainted because the lids don't close properly. Spirit said that, okay? So Spirit said that about that. Y'all know Q don't miss. We talked about it earlier in the year. These certain astrological changes have the ability to affect food production. We're talking about an economic financial recession, possibly a depression coming our way. And we had the first of those three triggers, right? We talked about it, right? See, people, when y'all come over here to this channel, I am revealing things. I'm talking about the astrology, so you all have a heads up. So, okay, everybody should be getting their money together. Everybody should be getting their resources together. Everybody should be building community with people, right? Spirit says start growing your own food. Spirit been telling y'all ladies, make sure y'all have y'all resources and stuff and stop being out here worrying about some penis. Um, it is a good possibility that we are going into an era of food woes, right? We all need food to eat. Food woes, okay, not necessarily not a famine, nothing drastic like that, but food shortages. We got the oil crisis and shit going on. Please, 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 please review my past videos from like the past 2 3 months where I'm talking about different things because Spirit ain't lied yet. So I want you all to get this magic. Yes, the classes cost. I am not charging $300 for a class. Yes, the classes cost, but baby, I'm teaching you all so you and your family can have the money and the resources that you need. Pretty much. Hey, Gloria. Mm-hmm. Hey, JM. You've been raw dogging for sure. Yeah, it's never too late. Empress says, the last class, my 3 books are full. I wrote everything down. Girl, get you another spiritual notebook. I got 3 spiritual notebooks that I have completely filled up sitting on my nightstand, and I got my big one that I bought a couple years ago. Okay? I'm telling y'all, you can listen to me, you can not listen to me, but listen. I'm just letting y'all know. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Yeah. I saw it. Remember I told you, I was in my conference last week. So I'm just getting back started this week. Yesterday I had a 4-hour class. So I will reach back out to you. I'll reach back out to you. Hey, sexy RN girl. Mm-hmm. Winter is coming. Mm-hmm. Now some states got the eggs. Yep. Ginger ale. Yep. Mm-hmm. Eggs, ginger ale, garlic powder, the fruits and vegetables and stuff. Listen. You said jokes on Spirit. I'm a student. I can't afford food like that to get sick on that. I'm so sorry, but Donna, that's not funny, but it's funny. You said JMM says I grow cherry tomatoes on my balcony in the summer. Haven't had much luck with other stuff, but I had better try again. Listen, I got a little tomato plant outside. The other day, Mr. Hoodoo and I picked what was it, Saturday? We went outside because where we live there are a bunch of fruit trees. I picked some nectarines off the tree. Uh-huh. I picked some apples off the tree. Uh-huh. And we picked one fig off of the tree. And right now we are eyeing the pomegranates and the passion fruit. And there's an orange tree right here. So we're getting some stuff, and we had some frozen fruits and frozen vegetables from way before any of these outbreaks. We have two deep freezers, right? I told y'all make sure y'all get y'all a deep freezer or two. So when you have money, you have extra, buy you what you need. Bread freezes, milk freezes, meat and fish freezes, frozen fruits, frozen vegetables, right? You can cook food and freeze it. Okay, we got enchiladas that were pretty much made. Um, Enchiladas in a glass dish in the freezer. We just have to pop it in the oven. Okay, yesterday we were eating barbecue from the 4th of July. Okay, you can fix food and you can freeze food. Get y'all a deep freezer or two. Okay, ain't gotta be brand new. You can go get a used one, go to the used appliance man and get you a deep freezer. Okay, I ain't never led y'all wrong. Never led y'all wrong. That growing process. Mm-hmm. You wonder how restaurants will be affected by this. Listen, if it's raw spinach, raw lettuce from Taylor Farms, you might be messed up. I did not eat Nan's salad when I was in Vegas last week, but I did have cooked broccoli. I did have cooked Brussels sprouts. I did have cooked green beans, right? I had cooked vegetables are fine. It's the raw lettuce and stuff, right? From Taylor Farms, allegedly. Didn't I tell y'all Spirit was gonna confirm that it was Taylor Farms? Uh-huh. Um, so yeah. Cooking the vegetables is completely fine. You can cook the vegetables. Okay, but I love myself a good salad and I stayed away from the salads last week because I ain't finna be trying to get from the Aria Hotel to Mandalay Bay and you got the boo-boo. I wasn't finna do that. So, okay, so or any of their subsidiary companies because Taylor Farms is the monopolized distributor. Okay, so Earthbound Organic, all of them. Please go on the internet and do your research. But Spirit told y'all. So, like I said, whatever I do on this channel, I do a lot of this work for y'all so that y'all will know what the hell is going on and you can prepare accordingly. Right? Yeah, we'll kiki and have fun and stuff like that. But listen, and Spirit is exposing things. Spirit is exposing things. Okay, Spirit is exposing a lot. Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, and now the nodes have shifted. Okay, the south node is now in Leo. The north node is now in Aquarius because Leo and Aquarius they're on the same axis, right? They're two sides of a polarity. Baby, it's gonna be real interesting. Real interesting this next year to year and a half, baby. Okay. You too. You too. Hey, fuzzy girl. Hey, Jupiter son. Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot going on, and this is global, and it may not affect everyone the same way. But listen, it's real interesting out here. Look at the stock market, baby. I was looking at my little stocks. I almost cried when I saw the price of it this morning. Stocks out here liquidated. We lost at least $200 in some of these stocks that we invested in. Stock was one price. Now it's under 200. Listen, I mean, we still good money wise and all, but dang, um, you got the climate change going on. Look at the Midwest, Wisconsin, Illinois got toe up today. Okay, the insurance company gonna fight you to try and get your stuff fixed, replaced. So you better be out here conjuring to have you some money. Okay, you better be out here doing that. hmm You better be out here conjuring to have you some money. What's your emergency fund look like? Okay, you better be out here conjuring so your emergency fund can be in tip top shape. In case you need to buy something, replace something, you have to emergency move. Okay, they're doing all types of shit out here. All types of shit. Uh, you know, so understand what's going on globally here in the United States. It's not going to hit everybody the same, but baby, winter is coming. Winter is coming. Mhm. Mhm. When winter is coming. Winter is coming. Donna says the weather here in Montreal right now is matching the south. Like we're going, but yeah, whatever's going on with the weather machine, whatever's going on with CERN, whatever flavor you want to call it, um, something is happening. You know, it's a lot of things. Um, you know, yeah, yeah. So, like I said, Chicago and Wisconsin was just battered by storms today. So I'm out here worrying about Mama Hoodoo because Mama Hoodoo out here, she live in Chicago. So, like I said, just make sure y'all please get caught up on these classes. I will put together a class bundle for people to, go on and get the little, get in on these classes for a discounted price so that, listen, okay? Because I want you all to be doing your magic and I want you all to win, especially financially. I forgot CSU in Chicago too. We got hit with heavy rain. The Burbs had a tornado warning. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, and it's crazy. It's hot. Listen, I was in Vegas. Donna, I ain't gonna say what Donna said. I ain't gonna say Donna out here talking about the pocketbook sweating. Listen, I was in Vegas last week. I don't listen. Okay, so y'all know I went to Nyla's house last week, right? Last Tuesday, I went to Nyla's house. Baby, it was so hot. It was so hot. It was so hot. When you wake up in the morning and it's 99 degrees already, it's about 85 degrees you wake up. By the time it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock, it's 99 degrees. I went to Nyla's house. It was so nice and cool in her house. And she fried some real good chicken. It was delicious. Shout out to Nyla. Um, and I ain't gonna tell all our business, but it was so hot. It was so cool in her house that we needed to warm up outside. So Nyla and I sat outside on her lanai and sat outside just talking and having a good conversation or whatever like that. But it was hot. It was still hot. I'm talking about I'm glad I had brought, 3 pairs of underwear per day. Because baby, the showers I was taking, you walk and you start sweating, ladies got pocketbooks. Listen, it was hot in Vegas. So I don't even know how it's going in some of these other places. But baby, I can't do that. Um, yeah. Yeah, floods, cars submerged, underwater, trees were down. Yeah, I'm gonna put some bundles together so people can get in on stuff because yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna put some bundles together for you all. You say you love the dry heat, girl? No, girl, no. I like the dry heat when I'm inside and I don't have to go out in it. I had to literally go back and forth between the Aria where I was staying and Mandalay Bay, which aren't that far. But listen, Aria has a pedestrian bridge to get to their parking deck. So as soon as you come up the escalator in the Aria, going to that parking deck, you are hit with all 105 degrees of that heat. Walk into that damn parking lot. Okay, then you gotta walk down the aisle wherever you park. You get in the car, you turn on the air so it can blast you full blast. I'm surprised I'm not sick. Baby, my little eyelid, I'm surprised my lashes stayed because it was so hot. I'm surprised I kept my lashes. I'm surprised my lashes did not all fall off and flutter away because it was so hot. Then you park in Mandalay Bay. Thank God the elevator takes you right down to the casino level in Mandalay Bay. So you walk right in and it's air conditioned. But baby, that little walk between over The pedestrian bridge in the Aria, through the parking lot, and then through the parking lot to the casino floor in Mandalay Bay, girl, I was sweating. I was sweating. And I'm in business clothes. I'm in this business dress, right? Business dress. Some days I had to wear pantyhose. You carrying your bag full of shit. So you walking with this bag, it's heavy. It's people everywhere. It was a lot. It was a lot. So that dry heat, you can keep the dry heat. You can keep it. I need moisture. It was too dry for me. My hair was dry. I'm talking about I'm drinking 80, 90 ounces of water and still dehydrated. It was too dry. I need moisture. So give me Miami, give me Tampa, give me the South. I will take that any day. The dry heat was mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Oh, I understand. Oh, I understand. I understand. It was hot. It was hot. Listen, listen, and then it had the nerve to be windy. It was windy one day in Vegas. So imagine you open your oven and your oven is 400 degrees. Now have a fan blow that in your face. I was just like, nah, you got me fucked up. Um, so they can have that. So Nyla, I don't know how she do it. I do know how she do it. She stay inside all day. Uh-huh. Because baby, I can't do that. I need moisture. My hair needs moisture. My skin needs moisture. When I'm telling you, it didn't matter how much lotion I put on. I'm oiling my cuticles with my cuticle oil. I'm just dry. It literally sucks the moisture out of you because there's no moisture. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Listen. Mm-hmm. But anyway, y'all. Anyway, y'all. I'm glad we are back. I am very happy to be back in Silicon Valley as opposed to that hot ass weather in Vegas because today's high is 78 degrees and it's beautiful. We had the window open last night in the bedroom because it got down to 60 degrees overnight. Window open in the bedroom. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The little air conditioners in the hotel rooms, I had the air conditioner set to 69 degrees. Baby, it still felt like it's about 75 in there. The little air conditioner that could because it's just too hot. But anyway, yes, now humidity, your silk press will not last with the humidity. Now my hair did last in Vegas. I had just it did last in Vegas, and then I had those bendy flexi rods. So I would put the flexi rods in my hair at night because I wore a ponytail the entire week. I wore a ponytail the entire week, and I just put flexi rods in my hair at night and put my bonnet on to go to sleep. But yeah, I only had to like put a curl in my hair a few times last week. But yeah, the humidity is gonna kill your silk press. My hair lasted. My hair lasted all week. Like I said, my hair lasted all week. But what y'all want to get into today? What y'all want to get into today? Because I asked last week. I thought I was gonna have time to stream last week, but I didn't because I didn't have time. I thought I was gonna have time. I did not have time. But we are here together. So what y'all want to get into now? Because we can get into whatever y'all want to. We can do some divination. Um we can look at some astrology. We can whatever y'all want to do. I'm child, I'm looking at these buses going through this rainwater in Chicago. Child, and my sister is a bus driver with CTA. So I gotta check on her and see how she doing. Um, but baby, what y'all want to do today? What y'all want to do today? What y'all want to do today? Isis says I would have cried, but my tears would have just evaporated. Girl, yes. You said you hate summertime meetings, girl, yes. You have to have the right products to straighten your hair. You have to have the right products and the right tools to straighten your hair. The key to straightening your hair is one, you have to clarify, get all the dirt and oils out. Then you need to deep condition. Um with some protein and then moisture condition, right? And then to get your hair in the best shape for a silk press or to be flat iron, you're a blow dry. When you blow dry your hair, it needs to be mostly straight during that blow dry. And you have to use the correct products. I could put you onto some products because, like I said, my hair stayed straight the entire. It was too hot for curls. My hair stayed straight the entire week. So that's what you got to do. Do your locks. You said, has anyone tried amino acid treatments keep my natural glow off? No, I have not. But what I use on my hair to keep my like when I straighten my hair, I use the Design Essentials lavender and agave line. So first I'll clarify my hair, clarifying shampoo. Then I use the moisturizing Design Essentials lavender and agave. Then I'll do like Alpha-G 2-minute protein. I do Alpha-G 2-minute protein, rinse that out. Then I put the agave lavender Design Essentials moisturizing conditioner on my hair, rinse that out. And then when I blow dry, you got to use the blow dry spray from the Design Essentials lavender agave line. And I use that blow dry spray in conjunction with Paul Mitchell's Skinny Serum. It's in a clear bottle with like a little green pump. Paul Mitchell Skinny Serum. So when I blow dry my hair, it's straight. And the Paul Mitchell Skinny Serum is a heat protectant and it's humidity resistant. And the Design Essentials Lavender and Agave Blow Dry Shield is also a heat protectant as well. Okay. I do that, and when my blow dry, because I use the blow dryer with the brush to get my hair, straight, starting from the ends, going up to the root, and then I'll flat iron. I'll trim if I need to trim my hair, and then I'll flat iron. My flat iron, it'll last. It'll last. It'll last. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. She said, give me the list. Yep. Yeah, I make sure I do that protein in between because, flat ironing is, it can be harsh on your hair. But like I said, that 2 minute, the Alpha-G 2 minute, it works. Yeah. Listen, I'm telling y'all, this is what I do. And like I said, my hair lasted all week. And I worked out this morning. I worked out earlier today, and my hair is just starting to like revert a little bit at the roots. Revert some at the roots. And I did work out a few times last week too. So now it's really starting to revert. So, but I need to wash my hair anyway. So, y'all got to get y'all products together. You need good products, professional products. Yeah, I have Alpha-G 2-minute and 2-step, but I usually use the 2-minute once every couple of weeks, depending on what I'm doing with my hair. So, you gotta get y'all some good products. You gotta pay the money for them. Yeah, but anyway, what y'all want? What y'all want? CS, go to the wall. Now she said I be sweating like a hoe in church. Go to the wall. Go to the wall. Go to the wall. Just go on to the wall. Go to the wall. And thank you so much for the super chat, Jupiter Sun. Thank you so much. Because you did ask, because anyone ever tried amino acid treatments. I would definitely ask Nyla, Jupiter Sun, about amino acid treatments, since she was a professional hairdresser. I would ask her about it. I would ask her. You need to talk to a doctor about that, or a licensed professional that knows about the scalp, because a licensed cosmetologist understands scalp issues, not the little homegirl working in the kitchen who don't know nothing. Okay, you need the people with the credentials. Go get to the people with the credentials. Oh, you bleached your hair? Oh, now you can bleach your hair and it be healthy, but you have to keep up your regimen. You have to keep up your regimen. And it also depends on what level you started at to, get to the bleach level. Because if you're going through all these different levels, baby, that hair gonna be fried. You get amino acid treatments. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I use that what I told y'all when I'm straightening my hair. And so I'm waiting until like the fall so it could be wig season. Because it'd be too hot to put that wig on outside. Mm-mm. So in the fall and the winter, the wig serves as my hat. Okay. I got me a headband, kinky curly wig. Baby, I put that wig on in the fall and in the winter. And that's my hat on my head. Okay, keep me warm. I like Olaplex. I used to buy Olaplex, but I think they changed the formula because I think it was sold. I think the product line was sold, but Olaplex was good. Olaplex was good. I had the Olaplex. But I think Nyla said they changed the formula, so I don't know what it is now. But Olaplex was really good. I had really good healthy hair with Olaplex too. Okay, but what y'all want to do today? Don't be laughing, sweet ace of silhouette. Don't be laughing, girl. What y'all want to do today? What y'all want to get into today? Because I missed y'all so much. I missed y'all so much. What y'all want to get into today? Because we can get into some mess, or we can get into do some readings of some kind. Um, it's all up to y'all what y'all want to do today, or do y'all just want to chat and chill? Just tell me what y'all want to do today. Tell me what y'all want to do today. Um, what y'all want to do today? Yeah, I would say listen to your medical professional. Listen to your medical professional. Listen to your medical professional. So yeah, what y'all want to get into today? Because there's a lot going on. What y'all want to do today? Okay, Donna says she want to get into some business spiritual, somebody's spiritual business and do some readings. Okay, what y'all say? What y'all say? What y'all say? Any stuff to look for with the nodes changing? Miss Sweet, Miss Sweet Ace of Silhouette, she knows ball because the nodes absolutely just changed. The nodes absolutely just changed. Yeah, the nodes just changed. Mm-hmm. The nodes just changed. The nodes did just change. Baby. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's going to be interesting. What are the nodes? Hello, hello, hello. The nodes are the too long did read version. The nodes are this hypothetical point. Um, this hypothetical point in space that's calculated, right? But the nodes, okay, the north node and the south node, the nodes change astrological signs every what year? A little more than a year or so. Um, and when the nodes change, just with everything astrologically, it depends on where they are in your natal chart. Um, but the nodes changing are more of a collective issue. So, what do I mean by collective issue? The nodal changes are usually felt by the collective of humanity as a whole. So, um, last year and earlier this year, up until like yesterday, the North Node was in the North Node. Let me see what the nodes were because I can tell you. I can tell you. So the North Node was in Pisces and the south node was in Virgo. Now the nodes have changed because the nodes travel reverse around the zodiac. So now the south node, the south node is in Leo, the north node is in Aquarius. That is important because, right? Aquarius is a sign that's ruled by Saturn, right? But Aquarius has a lot of connections to activism, what's going on with the people, um, societal issues, fighting back, rebellion, things like that. So with this nodal change, right? And then the south node is in Leo. Leo is our it's a fire sign ruled by the sun. It's a fixed sign. So right now the nodes went from mutable signs, Pisces and Virgo, to fixed signs. But what's important is that right now, don't forget Pluto, the planet of power, transformation, um, change, abuse of power, things like that, the underworld. What's important now is that, yeah. The North Node is now in Aquarius, where Pluto is. Pluto is in Aquarius. So we have the same sign conjunction going on. So there is a possibility that we see a lot of uprisings of people fighting the man, however they choose to do so. So that's what's important about this. And what was it, a week ago, week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when I talked about Lindsey Graham kicking becoming worm food. I personally think that Lindsey Graham becoming worm food, part of that was part of the nose getting ready to shift. And you have, yeah, it was a whole big thing. So we just might end up having an astrological conversation. Um yeah. So um you say you feel better health wise since the South Node moved into Leo. Okay, yeah. So Jupiter is currently in the sign of Leo. Jupiter is expansion, right? Abundance. Jupiter's in my first house right now because I'm a Leo rising. How sway is that? That's so funny. I'm a Leo rising, but I'm just gotta make sure I don't get fat. Because Jupiter in your first house can make some people fat. So I gotta make sure I don't get fat because baby, I lost some weight and I ain't going back. So you said I'm seeing a rise of mass energy harvesting. Yeah, the energy harvesting is always there. But since we're talking about it, let me just go on and bring the screen in. Window. Entire screen. Window, Chrome tab, and we just came off of the second Mercury retrograde of the year. So, the second Mercury retrograde of the year, right? Mercury retrograde was tearing people up, including me and my family. And although Mercury is no longer retrograde, Mercury has stationed direct, but Mercury isn't moving forward yet. So we still have some of these Mercury retrograde issues, including with technology. Just right now, eclipse season is starting. Yes. And I was just, I'm looking at that too. We have eclipses starting, August 12th? Let me see when are these eclipses starting because I was just looking at it. Yeah, the first of the next two eclipses, the first eclipse is a solar eclipse, August 12th in Leo. In Leo, where the South Node just entered. And then we have a lunar eclipse on August 28th in Pisces, and that's going to be the last of the Pisces Virgo eclipses. Right. So yeah. Eclipse season is about to start, baby. Actually, we're coming up on that. I like to look a little 2 weeks before the eclipses to 2 weeks after the eclipses. We're a little more than we're close to 2 weeks out before the first eclipse. So we're about 18, 19 days out. Yeah, start paying attention to the news. Lil, my darling. My darling. So let me see if I can try to bring this in. Let me try and see if I can bring this in. If I can bring the window in. Because the window does not want to come in. So let me leave out of StreamYard and I'm gonna come back in and we're gonna see if that's gonna help. So hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Let's see if I can add the chart in now. Because the chart don't wanna come in. Let me see if I can find just, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Let me take a screenshot of the chart right now. And I can do that. And then I can bring the screenshot in as a why? It's Mercury retrograde, baby. The delays. My flight was delayed. Our flight. It's so funny because Mr. Hoodoo was in LA for work and I was in Vegas for my conference. And both of our flights on Friday, we said we were gonna meet back up in San Francisco airport. Both of our flights were delayed at the same time. And luckily our flights got in at the same time together. Like it was just so crazy. I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I'm tired. Let's just get home safely. Let's just get home safely. Okay, let me do this so I can bring this in. I won't be able to animate. I won't be able to animate, but I can show you all. So let me bring in media assets. Let me just create. Yeah, let me add one in because I'm gonna have to add this in, add files. I'm just gonna have to bring this in like this. It's fucking stupid how StreamYard be on bullshit. But whatever. This is how I'm gonna have to do it. Okay. So StreamYard is adding that in. Let me do this and make myself smaller. Okay. And you really can't see it this way either. God damn it. Damn the devil. Damn the devil hell. Because I can't bring this in. Why can't I bring the screen in? That is whack. Let me do this. Let me quit. Maybe I got too many resources open, which is whack. So you know what? Let me just find Astro Gold online because we're gonna have to do it this way. Not Astro Gold. Astro Seek. Okay. So let's do a chart. Let's do planetary positions right now. I'm just gonna use this screen. So let's go dark mode. I'm going to change to my time zone. San Jose, because we need to talk about it. San Jose, that time zone. Because we need to talk about it. Is this, what type of chart is this? This is house system, no. Okay. Let me do a whole sign. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do it this way. Let me remove this background and put this one back up. We're gonna add the screen in this way. Share screen. Boom. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. All right, y'all. Okay. So this is today's current, everything like that, what's going on. Okay, so currently, okay, 15, 16 degrees. Okay, so this is what I mean. Where are the nodes on this chart? No. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Okay. So here. So this doesn't have the no, it still has the no. Why is this like this? Change to my local time. This is what I said. I said San Jose. Chart for right now. Set time zone. Okay. So the nodes, right? We're not doing Placidus. I like whole sign because I'm a person, I like things to look even. Okay. So whenever you're looking at an astrology chart, right? See this little upside down horseshoe and the upright horseshoe. These are the nodes. These are the lunar nodes, right? These are the lunar nodes. If we are looking at this chart, we can see that um so here's the sun is in Leo, Jupiter is in Leo. Those of you who were in my class last night, remember we talked about the Chaldean order of the planets, the way the planets are listed, moving from slowest to fastest. So you will all remember that. So yeah, so the north node is the horseshoe that looks upright, is in Aquarius. I don't know why this chart is like this, but in Aquarius. Okay. So in Aquarius. That's why I didn't change this over here. This software is very weird. Over here, I don't use this. I use Astro Gold. So the North Node is actually in Aquarius. The South Node is in Leo, right? When we are talking about, because every zodiac sign has traits, right? Traits, characteristics. Leo is a fixed fire sign, and Leo is ruled by the planet Sun. The planet, the sun, the celestial body, the sun is associated with rulers. It's associated with kings. It's associated with those who make decisions. It's associated with success, right? The metal gold is associated with the sun. So the sun being in Leo, we have sun associations, success, leadership, power, right? The south node is actually in Aquarius, right? Via tropical astrology, not Vedic. And so this north node is in Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed air sign that's ruled by Saturn. And Aquarius has the themes of society, um, fighting for what's right, social issues, things like that. Being that Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, Saturn is also about structure, right? Things like that. So, right now, if the south node, so the north node it can be described as what you're moving towards, what you're striving for, what you're working towards, your dreams and ideals, right? Aquarius as the collective, the people, the little man. Leo, the sign of Leo, is the king, the ruler, the president, the leader. The south node is like when you open the tub, when you open the drain on the tub, things filter out of the south node. Okay. Things go bye bye. Things go bye bye. Okay. So we have the south node in Leo bringing endings and things like that to various aspects of leadership, right? I'm speaking on a collective level. Bringing the downfall, bringing the end of that, right? The North Node is powering up that of the collective, okay? The little people saying what needs to be said, Maybe there are some people getting ready for revolution to stand up for what's right, what's good for the collective. So remember, Leo, when it comes to just talking about this, just overall, Leo is the singular. Leo is the rulership. Aquarius is the little man, society, the person, right? The little people. So the little people with the North Node in Aquarius are getting powered up. Now, don't forget our buddy old pal Leo, Pluto. Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto moved into Aquarius. I think it was November 2024. This is the only time that we are seeing Pluto in Aquarius. We haven't seen this type of energy since let me pull it up and see. You can't see right now, so let me go to events. Let me go to Pluto ingressing into Aquarius. So Pluto entered Aquarius on November 19th, 2024. The next time Pluto will enter Aquarius, none of us will be alive. It will be March 24th, 2269. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, okay. Okay. December 1st, 1778. So going back to the 1700s, okay? Going back to the 1700s because Pluto takes like the longest to go around the zodiac, right? So we haven't seen any of this energy. If you think about to the 1770s, what was happening on the planet in certain countries, there was revolution, there was rebellion, right? Um, it was there, right? So we are seeing energy that we haven't seen in a long time, in hundreds of years. And the North Node is powering up the collective, the people. Pluto, okay, the planet of transformation, the planet of things need to be destroyed so things can be rebuilt, the planet of the shadow, the planet of the underworld, the planet of this shit got to change because the outdated systems. So all of this energy, because Pluto is going to be in Aquarius until what, 20? Let me look and see. Pluto's going to be in Aquarius until what, 20? Let me see. Next. I'm looking. You can't see my screen. Pluto is going to be in Aquarius. Okay, let me go Pluto into Pisces. Okay, so next. Yeah, Pluto won't enter Pisces until March 8th, 2043. We're in the year 2026. Pluto is going to be revolutionizing things, revolution, the era of revolution. So now you're seeing people like doing what? Fighting back. Fighting back. So this is big energy, and like I said, the South Node, baby. The South Node is in Leo. So the drain, okay, the drain, there are endings coming to some types of leadership. There are endings coming to certain people. I don't know who. Endings coming, right? Especially for those who have natal placements in the fixed signs, especially in Leo. So when we are looking at the bozo, like Lindsey Graham, it is of my spiritual opinion that, yeah, because Lindsey Graham, and you have to remember, a lot of the people, when we categorize generations by names, millennials and things like that. I'm from the Pluto, and let me open my own chart. You cannot see, but let me open my own chart. I am from the Pluto and Libra generation. A lot of these people born in the 50s, right? Born in the 50s, what they call the boomers and stuff, a lot of them are Pluto and Leo generation. They were born when Pluto was in Leo. Baby, some of them are about to kick the curb. Some of them are about to kick the curb, literally, right? So, this is why this is a big deal. This is why this is a big deal. On top of that, we're going to be having these eclipses, okay, in Leo and in Aquarius, where the nodes are right now, where Pluto is right now, right? Um, you say, am I pulling up America's birth chart? Because I know that must be a mess. Listen, my software, StreamYard, is not bringing my software on the screen right now, or else I would pull it all up. But baby, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. So I say that to say, hey, El Boogie. I say that to say that it's gonna be wild out here. It's definitely possible. Lilith says so. The American Revolution, basically, it's possible. It is absolutely possible. It is possible. I'm not saying definitively, but the energy is out there. And I want you all to understand that a lot of what is happening right now in this country is because of the astrology. I'm not saying that it's happening to everyone, but when we are seeing, okay, there are a bunch of, and I know people just like, oh, Trump is a trigger. Trump absolutely is a trigger for people, but I have to speak about things that are occurring politically in this country, and that includes Trump. Understand that. Um, understand that people starting to turn on him. If you have been seeing that, his followers and stuff starting to turn on him. Okay. I need y'all to pay attention to things. Is some of it manufactured propaganda? Yes. Is some of it real? Yes. Two things can be true at the same time. Understand the turning of people against that country that starts with an I. Understand the turning on that country that starts with an I by a lot of people here in the United States. This is part of it. Understanding that things are decaying because they can't stay anymore. So what, with the FDA not doing the food recalls correctly, a lot of the systems here in this country is broken. Capitalism, as far as, the economic engine of the United States, it's broken. So we are seeing breakdowns of various parts of our society here in the United States. I can only speak for the United States because this is where I live, this is where I'm a citizen of. Understand the things that we are seeing, the systematic breakdowns, these things have to happen. Unfortunately, when they happen, it happens to a lot of people. That includes the economy, which is why I tell y'all, go and learn y'all some magic. So when shit starts falling, you can at least do some magic and your people will be all right. Okay? These things, they have to happen. They have to happen. The systematic breakdown, all the, all the things that we are seeing, these things have to break down because, and this is what people don't understand. People think destruction is evil. Destruction is not always evil. You have to clear away the rot for something new and better to take place. Unfortunately, we are in the destruction phase. We are in the destruction phase. So all these things that we are seeing that are happening, this is part of the astrology. It is part of the astrology. Okay. Have we not been seeing, we've been seeing so many different things. We've been seeing so many different things. This is part of the astrology. How it's going to affect people, it will affect people differently. Everyone won't experience it the same, if at all, depending on your personal natal chart. But for the collect, look at Miss Rachel. I'm not saying like Miss Rachel. I'm not saying hate Miss Rachel, but Miss Rachel, the little kids content person, she out here calling MFers out. I'm seeing it on threads. The people that have turned, right, whether they understand it's a sinking ship or whether it's part of the, all of these things that we are seeing is part of it. It's part of it. Fixed placements means people who have, so fixed placements means you have on your natal chart, you have planets in the fixed signs. Okay. So when we're talking about astrology, we're talking about modalities, which is do you have planets in a fixed sign? Do you have planets in a mutable sign? Do you have planets in a cardinal sign? So that's what I mean by fixed placements. So if you have uh planets in Leo, in Scorpio, in Aquarius, um, or in Taurus, those are fixed signs. Okay. So fixed signs and fixed signs have a job to do. So cardinal signs are the initiators, they start things. Fixed signs continue the work. Mutable signs are at the point where there are endings because mutable signs can break down to allow for the next change to come. So, right now, the power, Pluto, the planet of um the planet of decay, the planet of breaking things down so something new can come in, the planet of the underworld, the planet of power dynamics and abuse of power dynamics is in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed sign. Aquarius is a sign a lot of times aligned with the people. We are seeing breakdowns of things happening in our society here in the United States because this is where things are right now. This is where things are. So you have the planet of regeneration, breaking things down so something new can be Pluto in the fixed sign, the sign that wants to continue to do the work. Because remember, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is about structure. So this Pluto is breaking down the structures that no longer work in society on a global level and also here in the United States. This is why you are seeing the systematic breakdown and endings of things, whether you like it or not. Okay, the outer planets are more of the collective planets, right? But what did I say? Pluto will not be moving out of Aquarius into Pisces until March of 2043. So we have a long time to deal with whatever Pluto is going to do as it pertains to breaking down and restructuring society. Okay. Okay. Girl, you gotta talk to your ancestors on that. I didn't bring you here. But listen, I question things too because I'm like, damn, I'm here during this time too. But there's a systematic, so yeah. And now people are seeing the rot for what it really is. A lot of times people have been saying, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the United States. And then baby, people are seeing the rot for what it is. It is alleged that the owner of Taylor Farms allegedly paid the president and allegedly paid the FDA to not have a recall on the shitty contaminated vegetables from their monopoly. It was exposed. People are now seeing the rot for what it is. Now, some of us saw the rot years ago. Some people right now are catching on. But all of these things have to coalesce to bring people to the point of, okay, so what are we going to do about it? This is why all this shit is happening. Because it has to be so much of a societal breakdown that something is done about it. All of us have to eat food. This is something that affects all of us. Breakdown in transportation. Okay. People are calling out the AI. People are saying these flock cameras ain't nothing but surveillance for the surveillance state. So people tearing up the flock cameras. Okay. This is ISIS says straight dismantling. This is a systematic breakdown of things in society because the rot has to go. Now, what's going to be built after this, I can't tell you. But we don't often know what's going to be built until the slate is clean. Right, right. And to not record the data about the outbreaks is like turning on the light and the bugs trying. Right, absolutely. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. And more people are just like, when people are saying, don't send my sons and daughters to war to fight Iran for them I people. People are starting to see the rot for what it is. Everybody don't wake up at the same time. People are starting to see the rot for what it is. And this is changing things on a global level. Okay. Overton window, Strait of Hormuz. What does this mean for shipping, for goods and services? Capitalism is crumbling because capitalism is not the best economic system, at least for the United States. The capitalism that says that you can just raise rent every year, every year, every year, how people gonna pay for this? But there are no jobs. People shouldn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs. You shouldn't have to work full time and still don't have no money for food or choosing between food and gas and medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like the different things that a lot of people are going through. People are seeing the rot for what it is. And people are just like, listen, man, we're going to have to do something. Okay. I don't know if y'all saw what is it? Let me get it correct. Let me get it correct because I'm NDAA Section 219, National Defense Authorization Act, establishes the United States Israel Defense Technology Cooperation, merging parts of the United States military with Israel's. In other places around the world, this will be treason. So you all have to pay attention to everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. Okay? There is a lot going on that you all need to know about. Yeah. A lot going on that y'all need to know about. These are the things happening in society, right? Because unfortunately, there has to be so much terrible shit going on that it has to reach a breaking point for everyone. Not just black people. It has to be a breaking point for everyone. And I'm just speaking as a collective because black people are not here in the United States on their own. So you all need to understand these things are happening. Like I said, and then, right, because Sweet Ace's silhouette, she mentioned it, the eclipses are coming. Okay. I was just looking at a conversation online about, people were saying astrologers were saying 2026 is going to be this crazy year. Baby, it is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Now, how you weather the storm, that depends on you and what you got going on. But yeah, now we gotta make garlic powder because the garlic powder contaminated. Right. Right. All these things, and then it's just like, okay, so what's going on with FEMA? What's going on with, all these things, So this is why people are just saying that, it's a lot going on. And yeah, it's a lot going on. There has to be a systematic tearing down of society to the point, okay, so the Epstein files, people talking about the Epstein files, people realizing what's happening in the Epstein files. Okay, it's not just about sex trafficking of women and girls. There's a lot going on in there. Uh-huh. Um, understand all these things. Understand all these things because it's real out here in these streets. It's real out here. It's real out here. So yeah, we have things, there are things occurring. There are things occurring. Um, and just hold on to your wig. Just hold on to your wig and put something on your edges because things are occurring. It just depends on how you and your family are going to weather the storm. That's all I can tell you. And it may not even be that bad for you. But understand, um, a lot of it's slow moving now because these are slow outer planet energies. It's not gonna all collapse at once. It's not gonna all collapse or change at once. It's gonna happen over time. So we'll see what things look like, by like 2043. Unfortunately, we have a long way to go with Pluto and Aquarius. With Pluto and Aquarius. Hmm. Yeah, straight dismantling. So, like I said, you all need to understand these things. Um, Not a shameless plug, not a plug at all. But I do look at when I'm reviewing your natal charts, I do look at where um these things are happening for you personally, as well as the eclipses and all that other good stuff, where they're happening in your chart. So if you want a natal chart reading by me, feel free to schedule one with me. It's completely fine. Feel free to schedule one with me. Um, because like I said, it's not going to be the same for everyone because everyone's natal chart is different, right? Pluto is in Aquarius in my 7th house, so changing my dynamics as far as relationships with people, right? Okay, Lilith says remembering grandma's random survival tips is going to be doing most of the heavy lifting here. Yeah, I mean, listen. Lilith, you understand the term bug out bag? Mr. Hoodoo and I, we have bug out bags because you just never know. You just never know. We have bug out bags. You just never know. Um, you just never know. I mean, we got weird weather. If California don't have earthquakes, they're having wildfires. If California is not having wildfires and earthquakes, it's mudslides from whenever it gets some rain. Baby, we got bug out bags. We have bug out bags. They are packed with necessities to survive, until we get to safety. We have bug out bags, right? Um, because it's a thing. It's absolutely a thing. Um, Jupiter Sun go to the wall. But you and I do not say any of this to frighten people. It is not my intent to frighten you. I'm just making you aware of the potential of things to play out. Potentially how things could play out. And like I said, you can go see them talking about uh them damn flock cameras. People are just like, okay, so the surveillance state, the flock cameras. Yeah. Uh-huh. Surveillance state with the flock cameras, right? Right. So, just if you watch certain things, the escalations going on, Ukraine attacked Iran. So Iran is not only fighting the Gulf, the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, those countries, because they are supporters of the United States. Now Iran, may decide they want to do something to Ukraine because Ukraine was just like, yeah, let me just go ahead and shoot at one of Iran's boats in the Caspian Sea. You know, Europe is burning. Europe is like it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. We got Schrodinger's Mitch McConnell. He's alive, but he's not alive, right? It's a lot of things going on. It's a lot of things going on. So we have to pay attention to world news as well because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But yeah, shit's on fire. The planet is on fire. There's a lot of things happening. There are a lot of things happening. The fight against AI and data centers. People are starting to realize the fight and come to whatever that means for them. Whatever that means of them. So, whatever that means. So yeah, it's a lot going on, y'all. L Boogie says, so some of the wildfires aren't started by people like recent ones in Canada. So here's my theory. This is my theory. This is Q's theory. Q's theory is that them people, you know who I'm talking about, are going around the world setting fires to things so that they can claim the land. I.e. check Greece, i.e. check Argentina. Them people. I won't say their name. That is Q's theory. That is Q's theory because they are true colonizers. hmm Lilith says if you paid at least half attention in American history class, you shouldn't be at all that surprised. Absolutely. But people can't even read. So CS says, I'm concerned about what I keep hearing about Palantir. So remember, Palantir, the name of that company comes from the what is it? Palantir. What Palantir mean? Palantir is the crystal ball. Okay. It's the crystal ball from what is it? Lord of the Rings. Indestructible crystal ball, meant to scry, meant to see from Lord of the Rings movie. So that's what this company is named after. So I would be concerned. I would be concerned as well. I would be concerned as well. Absolutely the Patriot Act. Lord of the Rings. So understand when people are naming their companies after certain things, they know exactly what they're doing, which is why I tell you all don't let them play in your face talking about they don't know about astrology, they don't know about magic and stuff like that. They absolutely do. Because why would you name your company after the evil crystal ball thing from Palantir from Lord of the Rings? Why would you name your company that? Okay, we have to ask these questions. hmm hmm The movies and TV shows are telling you. Okay, they're telling you. They're telling you what is to come. Have you all not seen the OG movie, The Running Man, with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And then the Running Man movie was remade with the actor, what is his name? Something Glenn. If y'all ain't seen the old school movie, The Running Man, or the new one, you need to watch them. The clues are out there. The truth is out. Okay? The truth is out there. Okay? The truth is out there. Okay? The truth is out there. And anybody who telling you that none of this stuff is political or anything like that, you know, Y'all better be paying attention to things. Y'all better be paying attention to things. Y'all better be paying attention to things. Y'all better be paying attention to what's going on. I did not. I have to listen to it. I promise I'm gonna listen to it. I was just so busy. I am going to listen to it. And when I listen to it, we may have to do a stream on that. I don't know if we'll have to do like a Zoom stream on it, but I will listen to it. I promise I will. We got to get into Sarah Connor mode. Listen, people out here playing. Listen, y'all ain't seen Age of Ultron. I know it's Marvel movies and a lot of movies are corrected and have official military and CIA assets approving these scripts and stuff like that. But y'all ain't seen Age of Ultron. Y'all ain't seen none of these movies with the weird AI and shit like that. Listen. I believe AI can be a tool, but I also believe that um there was a wrong way and a right way to implement a tool. Okay. Y'all ain't seen how these new cars being built manufactured for 2027 and beyond are gonna have like all the surveillance in the car that's gonna watch your eyeballs if you're paying attention to the road, if you're distracted, how they're gonna have kill switches. Y'all ain't seen none of that stuff. Y'all better start paying attention to things. Y'all better start paying attention. Y'all better start paying attention. Y'all better start paying attention. And I find it very, very interesting how a lot of these old junkyards with all these old parts that you can use to fix your car, how they're going up in flames. Mm-hmm. 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 Y'all ain't paying attention to this stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all better pay attention to stuff. Yeah, all the greats. Even though he's a even though Stephen King has some questionable why he got all these weird children sex scenes in books and him and his racist um parallel racist views. Uh-huh. I've been saw through his shit a long time ago. Doesn't mean that his horror movies aren't good. But yeah. 1984 Fahrenheit. What is it? Fahrenheit. What is it? Fahrenheit what? Fahrenheit. Because remember they made a movie. Fahrenheit. Yeah, Fahrenheit 451. With what's that child name? Michael B. Jordan as the star. And people was damn illiterate. They couldn't read. There was no reading the books. They get all the information and news from that weird internet stream. They don't know nothing. They ain't ready to fight. Book burning because of the information. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Gattaca and Demolition Man. Demolition Man is my movie. I love that movie. Yes, I was referring to the Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yep. Yep. Fahrenheit 451. This is where we're going. There are people who can't read. A society that is dumb, that cannot read, that cannot infer, that cannot think for itself, that does not understand context clues, that can't comprehend, that can't pick out the main thought, they can't summarize, right? The young cheering out here don't believe that we ever wrote school papers and papers in college without AI. I see people saying they gonna ask the AI for information. I just saw something today where it was alleged that Anthropic is buying all of the it's alleged that Anthropic is buying all of the like super old and rare books and scanning it into AI and then destroying the books. It is alleged. I'm not saying it's true, but it's something that I saw. Where did I see it at? Um, yeah, not Anthropic. AI companies are bulk buying rare books, scanning them through high-speed machines that cut the spines off and shred the originals. Pre 2022 books are premium because they're free of AI generated text. A federal judge ruled that the practice is fair use because eliminating the original copy means only one copy exists at a time. Anthropic hired the former head of Google Books partnerships to obtain all the books in the world. Okay, so this was something that I was paying attention to earlier today. What did I tell you all when I did my reading on the Great Reset back in 2022? I told you all information is going to be power. This is why I told you all in my class yesterday to buy the physical books. Buy the books. If you have the book, you have the physical copy. Okay? Okay. Okay, let me see what it was called because I'm about to pull it up so y'all can see. Okay, so let me share this screen so y'all can see I'm not bullshitting with y'all. Y'all better pay attention. Okay, let's go right here. We see from the Washington Post, okay, the quest to destructively scan all the world's books. Details of Project Panama emerge in more than 4,000 pages of documents in a copyright lawsuit brought by book authors against Anthropic. Okay. Okay. See, in this project, the company, okay, let's make sure everyone can see. In this project, the company purchased, scanned, and then physically destroyed between 500,000 and 2 million books over a 6-month period. You better buy the damn physical books. Buy the physical books. Okay? So all of these things are happening. Everybody need to pay attention. Everybody needs to pay attention. Lilith says, I still have some of my grandma's old books. Yeah, some old books. Yeah. Okay. Listen, strange things are afoot. So, yes, the astrology is very important right now, very important globally, right? Because people don't realize things that happen in other parts of the world, it will eventually trickle down here. Jupiter Sun says Books a Million has a good banned books list. I've been buying up. Yeah, y'all better buy these books. Y'all better buy these books. I just saw somebody on Threads earlier today saying that is anyone else worried about Elon Musk's Starlink being the Wi Fi provider for so many different people? What did I tell y'all last year? And I looked at Elon Musk's chart and I talked about the Starlink and how it's out here being everywhere. I talked about that last year. I talked about that last year. I talked about that last year. Talked about that last year. So yeah, I can't get my software to come up. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about these eclipses too, because eclipse season, eclipses happening. Let's see, because we're gonna have, and just briefly, so on August 12th, we are going to have a solar eclipse at 20 degrees of Leo. 20 degrees of Leo. And then on August 28th, we're going to have a lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Pisces. So these eclipse seasons are sometimes dangerous because sometimes they bring an end to leaders, to world leaders, right? Remember when I did the video on the British royal family, how all of them were either born, died, were coronated, or married, or had kids near an eclipse? Remember when I did that last year? Uh-huh. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. But yeah, it's a lot going on out here. It's a lot going on out here. But yeah, y'all, it's a lot. Yeah, 23andMe. Yeah, that's been some interesting stuff too. That's been interesting too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, make sure you all are paying attention to things. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, just if you all didn't know, Pentagon quietly updates database to 600 casualties. So yeah, yeah. Ultraviolet says, "Oh my God, yeah, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot." But yeah, y'all need to just understand. CS says, "Oh Lord, yep. Oh Lord, yep. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on, y'all. That's a lot going on. Yeah, yeah, I know. But this is why you all have to stay aware. And this is why y'all have to stay aware. I know. But it's also why y'all learn y'all some magic so you can deal with life around you. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But we'll be all right. All right, y'all. So, um, what was I about to say? Yeah, just make sure that you are taking care of yourselves and your families the best that you can, right? Make sure that you are taking care of yourselves and your families as best you can. You can't fix, the systemic stuff, but you can do things for yourself and for your family. Yeah. She said, "We sure will." Jupiter's Sun says the frustrating thing is explaining this to family and friends who want to remain whimsical 24/7. And yeah, you have to just understand that um some people have avoidant personalities. And for some people, all of this information at the same time is too much. And you have to understand that information overload is a tactic. It is a war tactic, right? Um, it is it is a war tactic. Um, information overload is a war tactic. So when a lot of it is done, remember that there are some people that say that we're not supposed to have access to this much information at once. The internet, social media, news, radio, information overload is absolutely a war tactic because when there's so much going on, people clock out. They can't process anymore, they clock out. Some people hide their heads in the sand, they don't know what to deal with first. Um, they can't evaluate what's going on because they're still triggered by something else that they heard the other day. So understand that this is a war tactic. It is a tactic, right? Um, so and a lot of it is being done by I'm just gonna call them the Epstein class. A lot of it is being done to paralyze people. It's just too much and they don't know what to do. It's too much and they shut down, right? So understand that this is absolutely a thing. I'm a person, I can process it all because my brain processes 5 million things at the same time anyway. So I can process things, I remember things, right? It doesn't it doesn't bother me to the point where might bother some other people. I don't completely check out. I see what's going on and I notice the patterns. I notice what's going on a broader level, right? Because understand that my university degree, I have a degree in sociology. So I see the change in society in real time and I can compare it to things that have happened before. So degree wise, I have a degree in sociology. I'm not a psychologist, but I can see some things, right? Um it's just that professionally, I was a cybersecurity person. So I can process the information and the details because that's how my mind is set up. It doesn't make me wanna put my head in the sand. It makes me understand what's going on so I can try and figure out a way to do what's best for my family, right? And so some people wanting to be whimsical, some people saying, "Well, let us just have this because the world is burning." That's their way of coping because it's information overload, but it is being done on purpose. Mhm. It is being done on purpose. Information overload. Yeah. It is a tactic. Yeah, information overload as a war tactic, often termed cognitive or information saturation, aims to paralyze an adversary's decision making by weaponizing data, including cognitive overload, emotional manipulation, and narrative shaping. Instead of hiding the truth, attackers flood public spheres with noise, facts, endless alerts, signal noise until everything becomes indistinguishable. So understand the this is cognitive warfare. This is mental, psychological, and emotional warfare being played out, especially on the American people. But you can sift through it. You can sift through it if you choose to. But yeah, there are a lot of people that are just like, oh, well, it's okay. I don't care. We mm, there are plenty of people who can do multiple things, right? We can have our fun and our whimsy, but we have to pay attention too. And we are absolutely paying attention to the writing on the wall. At least I am. At least I am. So it's being done on purpose. It's being done on purpose. But yeah, you for those who are avoidant or just they can't deal with all the information, um all you can do is just hope that maybe they will turn their attention to the things that can affect them personally. That's all you can hope to do. I've been seeing a lot of people say that they haven't seen anything about the Cyclospora parasite outbreak, and I'm just like, you know, this is yeah, it's a lot because when you have certain news outlets that should serve the people and they're not reporting on certain things. And see, Mr. Hoodoo and I, we noticed this years ago, maybe about 10, 12 years ago. We noticed that, quote unquote, the news isn't the news because no one cares about a kitten getting stuck in the tree. Do I want the animal to be hurt? No. But honestly, I don't give a shit about a kitten being stuck in a tree. I do need to know about something that affects on a societal level. They have all those little news stories, and then they feel like the daytime TV with the talk shows. And today we're going to look at how this one person, how they fought through. No one like I don't care. I don't care. Give me the information that is important so I can make a decision about something. But understand the bread and circuses that have been given to society for so long. I don't give a shit about, oh, and today's heartwarming story is a child who battled cancer. Great. Great. Good for them. But you know what I mean? Like they feed information that's really not important to society at large. That's important to you and your family. Great. Glad you made it through. This other shit is not fucking important. Meanwhile, things are done behind doors or quietly or like how many of y'all knew about the NDAA section 19, which is supposed to merge parts, the is Israeli military and a cooperation with United States military. How many of y'all knew about that? How many of y'all knew about that? You can raise your hand, put a one in the chat if you knew about it. Put a two in the chat if you're just not hearing about it from me on this live stream. Some people saw it, some people didn't. I saw it, I paid attention to it. Yeah, as a vet, right. As a veteran, yeah. I didn't know you were a veteran, Isis. Isis. I didn't know you were a veteran. I know Lilith is. I didn't know you were. Thank you for your contributions, girl, because I couldn't do it. Yeah, I know Sweet Ace of Silhouette. She be on it. She be paying attention. But yeah, a lot of people didn't know about it. Just like a lot of people didn't know about the Cyclospora. outbreak. A lot of people didn't know about that. A lot of people didn't know about, various things that's happening because, the bread and circuses are being given to us, right? Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, Section 219 of the NDAA, I was just like, oh, hell no. And I've known about it for probably about a couple months now. Yeah. We can't have universal health care, but this other country has health care because we're giving them billions of dollars a year. Like, it doesn't make sense. But hey, yeah, you pissed. You said what you said, yeah. So, like I said, understand that there is so much information being pumped out at once. It is a warfare tactic. Unfortunately, there are parts of the country that are at cognitive and information war with its citizens. It's unfortunate, but it's real. So understand what's going on. Understand what's going on. So, you know, nothing much I can say, but yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Mm, It's a lot. ISIS says it's wild watching them dismantle the core for all to have removed the most experienced service members and leave us open to all manner of threat. It's just, yeah, all these things are being done on purpose. Look at that. Oh wow. What the hell was going on with T-Mobile, Boost, AT&T, Verizon all down at the same time today? Well, well, well. Interesting. But yeah, yeah. Mm. Baby, these are test runs. These are test runs. It is of Q's spiritual opinion that these are test runs, but who am I? Who am I? Just my spiritual opinion. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. So, anywho, I've just been rambling. I hope this hasn't been too much. I've been rambling, but it's conversation that needs to be had. Yeah, y'all. So, anywho, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be back here with you all. I'm glad to be back here with you all. It's good to be back, but good to be back. I'm glad we've had this chat. El Boogie says, I think we're just digesting the information, laughing but serious. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot, but you all can do it. You're just sitting here in a daze. Don't be in a daze, honey. Don't be in a daze. Make sure you all are grounding yourself. What do I mean by grounding yourself? Taking time for yourself. Um, Taking time for yourself to just reorient and recenter yourself. If that means you need to have an herbal refreshment and relax and reset, do that. If that means recentering yourself is exercise, do that. If that means it's journaling, if that means it's sitting outside under the moon, do those things. If that means just quiet time or listen to your favorite music or watching a movie or TV show that's your favorite, do that. Because it is a lot going on out here and energetically it's a lot. And if we don't take care of ourselves, it can stress us out. But just understand that there are some things you can do something about and some things you can't. For the things you can do something about, that's where magic comes in. We are not here to change society on the federal level. Some things just have to crumble. Some things just have to be destroyed to be rebuilt. For whatever reason, you and I are here living life during this time. For whatever reason. So, but we're here and, you know, we can help each other. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I haven't even broken down a lot of things yet. Um, I haven't broken down a lot of things yet, but yeah, just understand that what's going on is this systematic dissolving of what's going on, people understanding that the deep state is both sides, Democrats and Republicans, understanding that the Epstein class and all the weird shit that they're doing, understanding the information overload while simultaneously removing information from the world, understanding it all is a lot. Sometimes it's bad to understand what's really going on, but sometimes you just got to be like, you know, and remember a lot of people said they wish they knew. If they would have known, they could have done something. I'm pretty sure you all have said that at some point or the other. You wish you would have known so you can do something. Now you know. So now that you know, you have the option to do something. Now that you can do something for yourself and for your family. You know, it's funny because I saw something earlier today where somebody said, y'all want to dismantle the patriarchy, um y'all want accountability, y'all want things to happen, but you still out here going to the Chris Brown concerts. And like I was just like, yeah, to make it make sense. Because you can't want what's good and right for society and then you out here supporting people like Chris Brown. Okay. So we're at this weird crossroads. We really are. You stood in the pouring rain today and was almost blown over. Don't get blown over today, honey. Don't get blown over. Don't get blown over. Don't get blown over. But yeah, water is cleansing. Water is very cleansing. Water is cleansing. It was fun and felt very spiritual. Yeah, absolutely. 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 So don't forget that they are giving so many things out here as distractions. Don't forget about the various distractions out here. One of the latest distractions is the Howard University conversation. That is a distraction. That is a distraction. Distraction. You said I'm like this wind gotta be strong to blow my big ass over. Girl, you so silly. Y'all so silly. Y'all so silly. But yeah, y'all seriously, seriously. So yeah, you know. I know this was a lot of talking, a lot of rambling, but some things needed to be said. Some things needed to be said. And I want you all to make sure you are paying attention to the spiritual, emotional, psychological, and mental informational warfare that is going on out there. There's a lot of it going on out there. So, yeah, once StreamYard decides that um, I can pull in my astrology app, once StreamYard allows me to do that, then I will pull it in and we can have a real conversation about these eclipses. And we can have a real conversation about these eclipses because they are coming. Yeah. So, yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. All right. So we'll probably do, I don't know, what do you all want to do tomorrow? Some readings, some astrology. So what y'all want to do? What y'all want to get into? Yeah. So you said readings. What kind of readings? Readings on. Readings on. Okay. Well, we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow because I don't see no fingers typing in this here chat. Yeah. So okay, y'all. Well, I am back. Thanks for riding with me. Thanks to those who have been in the class yesterday. I will definitely make a I will definitely make a um a bundle for the classes so that you all can get in on the classes. Like that. I'll be back tomorrow with some type of stream. With some type of stream for everyone. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I love y'all very, very much. I love y'all very, very much. And I'm gonna see y'all later. You said thank you for sharing the class. You welcome. You welcome. Like I said, I'll make the announcement on my wall here so that people can understand which bundle they're getting or paying for. Right? So I'll make some bundles. So and just again, the Q success ritual spell class, whatever I'm going to call that, will probably be to the end of closer to the end of August, early September. Okay? To give everyone time to review the other classes and everything like that. All right? All right, y'all. So I love y'all very, very much. I'm going to see y'all on the flip side. Bye. Bye.